And I want to say to you, don't get comfortable with burying our children. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable with that notion. Don't get comfortable with that issue. Because although it happened to my son, who knows, tomorrow it could be your child. Then what? Tomorrow it could be one of your neighbors. It could be a family member. It could be a co-worker or somebody that you go to school with. And so I want to make sure that we're not taking this lightly. What do I tell my son Javaris? Javaris is 24 years old. He just graduated, thank God. He just graduated from college. December 16th, so he's a recent graduate from Florida International University. He has an IT degree, and I'm very proud of him. But at the same time, I'm very afraid for him, because it's not always about what our children are doing. A lot of times it's about how other people perceive our children. And I know this is an uncomfortable topic, so we're going to talk about it a little bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time. Because I'm still on talking about my children. And I'm still on talking about how average I was. I heard before that I was a teacher. No, I worked for the housing agency. I was a program coordinator. I was mid-management because I was trying to use the degree that I worked so hard and earned. And I worked for the county for 20 plus years. So I was a government employee with full benefits. And you know, that's a big deal for me. That's a big deal for me. And so I had this house in Miami. I had this car. I had this job with benefits. And I had 2 teenage boys. I had the life. I was living the life. But how many of you know that can change in a second? That can change in a minute. That can change just in the blink of an eye, through no fault of my own. And I even venture to say, through no fault of Trayvon's, that he was shot and killed. So, to me, God used an average person with an average job, and average kids, average house, average family. And a lot of people wonder now, how did you do it? How did you get through those darkest days? How did you get through those sleepless nights? Well, I'm going to tell you. Through prayer and through the right support. I surrounded myself with my faith, my family, and my friends. I made sure that people that were around me and that people that I went around were positive people, and that were people that were lifting me up and not breaking me down. And so it was a rough time. And don't look at my appearance now and say that she's doing good. Because my heart is torn. And my heart will always be torn. I don't wear this button to remind me about Trayvon. I wear this button to remind other people about what happened to Trayvon, because I can never forget. When I tell you that when I lost Trayvon, that I lost a piece of my heart. I lost a piece of who I was as a person. I lost someone that was near and so very dear to me. And I know the daughters are fine, but it's something about those sons and their mothers. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this. Trust me. I'm gonna get through this. Something about those sons. And I do smile. And I do laugh. And I do have my good days. But at the same time, I have to constantly remind myself of the worst day of my life.